First thing you have to do is start conditioning, because to do this kind of job you need to be very fit. I was 8 years old when I competed the first time, and then I've been competing every year after that since I was 20. I'm also a rhythmic gymnastics coach, so I brought my kids to this festival to perform, and that's where I met these people where I'm training with. And so I asked them questions, and I started to take evening classes once a week. And after that I realized I really liked it, and it made me feel better with myself as well. And so I decided to do a full-time foundation course, and so now I'm a circus performer.
And then obviously watching some videos you get inspiration, and then you find you're trying to do what they do in the videos, like, oh, this way is easier, so you kind of discover new moves. So it's a way in between teaching yourself and learning from what you see.
I train, like before I was a circus performer, I trained as a dancer, so pretty much performed my whole life. When I was little I used to hate circuses because they just made me think of clowns, and I didn't like clowns. And then I think probably with everyone was on the BBC advert where there's sort of a girl, like, or several girls, like, just tumbling down the silks. I just remember thinking that looks really cool, but I could never ever imagine myself actually doing it. I was dancing on a cruise ship, and part of the shows I had to do Spanish web, which is a circus skill. And to begin with I kind of hated it because it was scary, but then I ended up, I just loved it, and I got addicted, and I started training with my friend, teaching myself silks, and then I came to London and just started doing it more.
Like when you learn how to dance, you want to learn how to do acrobatics, and when you know already how to do acrobatics, you want to do like something a bit more difficult, like fly or do any kind of aerial stuff, and that's how I become to be a circus performer. I do my makeup, and actually I'm a makeup artist, and for me it's like 90% outfit and makeup, then the rest is the skill. That it have to be really good. It have to be as good as the makeup and the outfit. So
my favourite act would be silks. It's the thing I did first. It's what I feel most comfortable on, and I just love it. But rope also I like, but it's just not, it hurts more, so you get bruisey. And
I love fire. Fire is an element that is very psychological as well. For example, if you have the sticks like with a lot of fuel and you do body burning, the flame can stay. If you're scared, if you feel like, oh my god, I'm burning myself, you burn yourself. But if you kind of manage, if you fight against the fire, it's like, yeah, it's hot, but that's what it is. It goes and you don't burn yourself. So it's a lot of things involved in the fire that makes me love the fire.
In performing, I don't know, you don't have this kind of fear because no one is going to judge you how you do the movements and everything. But at the same time, it's scary because you want to make an impression to people. You want them to like you, you want them to clap to you.
That is the performance contest in Gran Canaria Island, where is a lot of people performing from different parts of the world as well. And I won that contest, and for me to win it, it was like, okay, so what I'm doing is cool, so this is another level now, I have to take it one step forward. I didn't see it like a finish, okay, I won, that's it. No, for me it was like, okay, this is the beginning of something cool.
Tons and tons of people, and I had 2 weeks to prepare, and then I got tendonitis in my shoulder, so I actually only ended up having a week to prepare for it. I've never been so scared in my life.
Well, the most serious accident I ever seen was in a rehearsal.
One of the professional circus performer just was training, and she was a really low height.
Basically accelerated into the mat off the trapeze and broke her arm, and it pretty much just snapped in two. It was like she had a second elbow.
They say like when you do something like circus, you're very careful of what you're doing. Things like when you're doing something outside, you don't, and it's when you really damage yourself. A bit funny, but that's how it happened.
It doesn't affect my private life as much because the people I have around support me in what I'm doing, so they don't actually mind if I'm away because I'm training or if I'm away because I'm performing.
Training basically is my social life. I don't really have a huge amount of life outside my training. I go, I work in the day, I train, and that doesn't leave a whole lot of time for anything else. So that's fine by me. I've never regretted doing it.
Sometimes yes, especially because now I'm not as young as I was before, so now sometimes I start thinking maybe I should give this up and start focusing more on, I don't know, maybe focus more on a normal job instead of being a circus performer, because it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard to earn money and to keep going like this. But yeah, at the end it makes me happy, so I keep doing it anyways.
As a performer, it's not only money what you're interested in, you also are interested in interact and give something to people, and to give something to people you have to be receptive to that. So
my ultimate goal, would probably be to be in a touring company, either a sort of a fun cabaret style or maybe something a bit more serious and arty, but yeah, just to be doing circus full time, that would be amazing, and maybe get to see the world as well.
My dream has always been trying to get into Cirque du Soleil, and so that's hopefully what I will get to.
Like what I'm doing now, doing international, but in a company where I can express more my main skills. Maybe not in like companies like Cirque du Soleil, because in that companies you are kind of performing nearly the same thing the same day, you're always in the same place. I like what I'm doing now, but I would like to have the opportunity to express all I know and all I'm learning